You're reading the same paragraph 3 times with no idea what it says. You walk into a room and forget why. Someone's talking, and you realize you haven't heard a word. You start a task, then find yourself staring at your phone with no memory of picking it up. If you're over 35 and this sounds familiar, you're not losing your mind. Your brain isn't broken. And while aging plays a role, what's actually happening is something you've been training yourself to do without realizing it. Something specific, something fixable. Here's why this is happening, and more importantly, what actually works to fix it. Let's talk about what this actually feels like in daily life. You might notice you can focus intensely on something that grabs your interest, a conversation topic you care about, a video that pulls you in, a problem you're trying to solve. In those moments, your focus feels almost too strong. But then there are the other moments, the ones where you need to focus but can't. Reading work, emails, following a meeting, finishing a simple task. Your mind just drifts. And here's what makes it confusing. You'll be concentrating on something, really locked in, and then suddenly you've missed everything else happening around you. Your partner asked you a question 5 minutes ago. You were supposed to turn off the stove. Someone called your name 3 times. It's like your attention works perfectly, but only in one direction at a time. And you have almost no control over which direction that is. Many people blame themselves for this. They think they're lazy or undisciplined, or that their brain is just getting old. They try to power through with willpower. They beat themselves up for getting distracted again. But what if distraction isn't really the problem? What if your brain is actually working too hard in the wrong way? Here's what's actually happening. Your attention doesn't just fail. It over-focuses on certain things and completely misses others. Think of it like a spotlight that's too narrow and too bright. When that spotlight hits something, you're locked in completely. But everything outside that beam? Gone. Invisible. That's why you can spend an hour absorbed in something interesting while completely missing your alarm, your phone, and someone calling your name. This creates what researchers call attentional blinks. Your brain is so focused on one thing that it literally blinks and misses other information. Not sometimes, constantly. The real issue isn't that you can't focus. It's that your brain doesn't know how to monitor multiple things at once anymore. It's lost the ability to hold a wider, softer kind of attention. Think of the difference between staring at a single point on the wall versus taking in the whole room at once. Most of us, especially after 35, get stuck in that narrow stare. We've lost access to the wider view. And this gets worse with age, not because your brain is deteriorating, but because modern life has trained you deeper into this narrow attention pattern. Your phone, your screens, your work, all of it pulls your attention into tighter and tighter focus. Year after year, your brain gets better at tunnel vision and worse at everything else. The chaos you feel, the frustration, the sense that you can't keep track of anything anymore, that's not failure. That's your brain working exactly the way you've trained it to work. But here's the important part. If this was trained in, it can be trained back out. This isn't just theory. Researchers have studied this exact pattern. Studies on attention show that when people are deeply focused on finding something specific, they literally cannot see other obvious things in front of them. Their brain filters out everything except what they're hunting for. This happens more frequently as we age, and it happens significantly more in people who struggle with focus in daily life. Long-term observations indicate that our visual and attention systems have 2 completely different modes. One is narrow and intense, what we might call spotlight attention. The other is wide and receptive, sometimes called panoramic attention. Most of us live almost entirely in spotlight mode now. We've forgotten panoramic mode exists. Here's where it gets interesting. Research suggests this is reversible, and it doesn't take months of practice. In controlled studies, people who spent just 15 to 17 minutes doing a specific type of mental practice showed measurable improvements in their ability to track multiple things without missing information. What were they doing? They sat quietly with their eyes closed and simply noticed their breathing. Not controlling it, not counting it, just noticing their breath and how their body felt. When their mind wandered to thoughts, they gently brought attention back to their internal state. That's it. No apps, no guided meditation, no philosophy. The results? Significant immediate improvement in their ability to hold wider attention. Fewer attentional blinks, more flexible focus, and the effects didn't disappear after a few hours. They showed a lasting shift in how their attention worked. This single session appears to reset something fundamental in how the brain handles attention. It's not a permanent cure, but it proves your brain can still access that wider mode. And that's the reset you need. So what does this actually mean for you? The solution isn't trying to focus harder. You're already focusing too hard on the wrong things. What you need is to retrain your brain to hold attention differently. There are two tools that work together to make this happen. One, the 17-minute internal reset. You already know what this is from the research. Sit somewhere quiet. Close your eyes. For 15 to 17 minutes, simply notice your breathing and how your body feels. When your mind wanders to thoughts, gently bring it back. What this does is reduce all that external visual information that keeps grabbing your spotlight, attention. It trains your brain to notice things without laser focusing on them. It rebuilds that softer, wider awareness you've lost. Do this once. That's the reset. It shows your brain it still has access to panoramic attention. The immediate improvement you'll likely notice proves the capability is still there. But here's the key. That reset needs maintenance. Which brings us to the second tool. 2. The panoramic vision practice. Throughout your day, practice something called panoramic vision. Instead of staring at one thing, soften your gaze and take in everything at once. You can do this right now. Look straight ahead, but consciously expand your awareness to include everything in your peripheral vision. The ceiling, the floor, the walls, all at once. You're not looking at any of it directly. You're just aware of all of it. This isn't some mystical exercise. It's literally switching your visual system into a different processing mode, one that handles information faster and more broadly. Do this for 30 seconds at a time, a few times throughout your day. When you're walking, when you're waiting, when you feel your attention getting too narrow. These two practices work together. The 17-minute sitting practice resets your baseline and proves to yourself that your brain still has this capability. The panoramic vision practice maintains it in daily life. This isn't about becoming a perfect attention machine. It's about giving your brain back the tool it lost, the ability to pay attention without over-focusing. You might still get absorbed in things you care about. That's fine. But you'll also be able to pull back when you need to. You'll catch yourself before you've been staring at your phone for 20 minutes. You'll hear your name the first time someone says it. You'll have access to both kinds of attention again, not just one. Here's what I suggest. Try the 17-minute practice once. Just once. Sit somewhere quiet, close your eyes, and notice your breathing and how your body feels for 17 minutes. When your mind drifts, gently come back. One session to prove it works. Then notice what changes in the next few days. Notice if it's easier to track conversations. Notice if you catch yourself getting distracted before you're fully lost in it. And start playing with panoramic vision throughout your day. Expand your gaze. Take in the whole room instead of staring at one point. These aren't habits you need to force. They're tools you use when you notice you need them. Your attention isn't broken. It's just been trained into one narrow mode for too long. You can train it back. The concentration issues you're experiencing after 35 aren't just inevitable aging. Yes, aging plays a role, but the bigger factor is how modern life has trained your attention into an increasingly narrow mode. That training can be reversed. 17 minutes to reset. Daily panoramic vision to maintain. Your brain still has the capability. You just need to show it the way back. And if you want a deeper, step-by-step way to retrain your focus and break out of this pattern, I've put everything together in my book, The Overloaded Brain. You'll find the link in the description.